Good morning. Namaste. I'm guided to light this smudge stick straight away. So welcome. My name's Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And it's my honour to be here sharing with you today. Good morning. Namaste. Namaste means that the divine, the creator within me, honours and acknowledges the divine, the creator within you. So I'm inspired before I even really get started talking. Hi everyone. To light my sage smudge stick and do some more cleansing. A lot of us are really purging at this time, releasing our hold on things, letting go through the heart, through the mind, and in our life. There's a lot of doors closing. There's a lot of doors opening. There's a lot of stuff that's been realised, that we're realising that's being revealed, that we're seeing in a new light now. And a lot of us are being called to shift and release and surrender what was, our old dreams, our old ways, our old attitude, our old life, our past, the things that used to affect us so deeply and so negatively. We're realising that we actually hold the responsibility for that if we're struggling with it, that, if we're struggling to let go, if we keep the old story of our past and what happened alive, we're actually keeping these things in play. So a lot of us are realising how much power we really do have, and power in an empowering way, not in a controlling way as well. So we're becoming and we're feeling, a lot of us, more empowered to take responsibility for how we feel and start making some real serious changes to ourselves, in our relationships, in our life. So a lot of us are doing some deep clearing, and if we're not, if you're struggling, if you're feeling that stuff, then perhaps bringing this to your attention might help you dedicate more serious time to your letting go. I do it every day. Let go of anything that's holding me back. I can be specific, I can be general, depending on what I'm going through. So before I talk much more, let's do some clearing. If I could see you apart the smoke here. So just stop now if you can. And if you're inspired to, just stop, pause, think about leaving everything that you've got to do, everything that's been on your mind. Think about just putting that aside for now and dedicating just these few moments for you, where you can stop and catch your breath and do a little bit of serious letting go and serious releasing. So take 3 nice deep breaths, and then I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to talk us through some clearing. So 3 nice deep breaths. Surrender. Let go of the old air and bring in the new air. Okay, now do your best to imagine that this sacred smoke is washing over your body and carrying away with it all negative energies, entities, cords, hooks and attacks. All negative energy, all unwanted energy that doesn't resonate with your highest truth. You can imagine this sacred smoke carrying that out and away from your heart, your mind, your body, your life. So be willing to surrender and let go, to free things up, to let your hold go, to let the past go, to let what happened go, to let what he said or she said go, and surrender that from your heart, your mind, your body, and taking over your life. Let's step back in charge of our life. So let it go. Keep telling yourself that you're willing to let go and breathe it out and away and let it go. Allow yourself to free up. Okay. I've got sand in here, so I'm just putting out the stick, which is quite well alight. Okay, so I trust you feel a little bit better and a little bit clearer. I have my singing bell, which I'm going to play at some point. So welcome. Thanks everyone for joining me today. I'm here to pull some cards and share some guidance for Monday and Tuesday. So what I'll be doing, if you're new to watching, I'll be using my Speed of Light Oracle cards. I'll be pulling one card for Monday, one card for Tuesday, and one card for the theme for Monday and Tuesday. I'm not doing personal requests for guidance here today, and I don't do personal requests for guidance on my videos unless you're on my healing list, and that's a whole nother story. So, you know, just take on board what feels right for you and let the rest go. You will know if it's guidance that you need to hear because it will make sense to you. It will seem like I'm talking directly to you, even though I have no idea what's going on for you in your life. So the other snippets, the other things that you'll be wanting to pay attention to, the things that are relevant to you right now in your life, things that you've been thinking about, things that you've been talking about that I obviously wouldn't know about. So you can trust that guidance is what you need to hear. Extra special welcome to our Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. You help me be able to bring these videos to you and share the resources that I share every day, 24/7 pretty much. I dedicate to my work and have for nearly 13 years. So thank you for your support, whether it was yesterday or 10 years ago. You've all helped bring me up to this point and helped me be able to do my work full time, which I'm always very grateful for. So thank you so much. So let's get straight into the cards. Thanks for stopping by. How do you get on the healing list? Asks Erin. Well, basically, if you're in our Pillar of Light family, then I do a healing event each month where I do connect with specific people that create a healing event for us all. And also, if you're a Temple of Balance patron, at the, I think it's the $15 a month reward pledge, then you are guaranteed a spot on our healing video each month, and I will be doing another one next week. So you can have a look on my website under the family tab and look at the Pillar of Light, a family if it speaks to you, or the Patreon, and actually the Patreon one also includes you in the family. So have a look if you're inspired to, if you resonate with my work. They're great resources of support for you. So I'm now looking for the best card for Monday the 18th of December. Monday the 18th. So I trust 100% that the best card will find its way to the top, which is this. Monday the 18th, we've got this. Yogi, card 32. The keywords say teacher, student, wisdom, study, and leader. It talks about stepping into our role as a leader on Monday. There's also an element of learning that goes with the leading. So I feel sometimes we have to be careful that we don't step into a leadership teacher kind of role, if you like, thinking that we've learned everything. I feel, and what I've noticed in life is that we're always learning. And even when we step into our role as a leader or as a teacher, or as we start stepping out there more, perhaps publicly, that we're still learning every single word that we say, every single breath that we take. So let's remember that we're always learning as we go through this life's journey. If we'd learned everything we needed to learn, we would not be here on this planet. That's what I firmly feel as one of my truths. So with that truth in mind for me, it may not be truth for you, and that's okay. It feels right for me at this time. I know that no matter what I do every day, whether I'm chatting with you guys like this, or whether I'm looking after my children, or whatever I might be doing, I'm always learning. There is always something to learn about life. And that's especially relevant for Monday, that we might find that there's some important lesson that we're going to learn in our life on Monday. And it may be something that pushes us into more of a leadership role, where we step out of our resistance, our fear for stepping into being a leader, stepping into our confidence, and push past the resistance and the fear and find the courage to do that, knowing that we're still learning. Just because we're leading or teaching or putting ourselves out there like I am here right now doesn't mean that we or I am not learning a lot from this. So this is teaching me personally a lot. For example, it's teaching me how to feel more confident with my words and speak up. And if you've been following my work for a while, you know that this has been one of my big weaknesses my whole life, especially as a child and in my teenage years, was speaking up. I was an extremely unconfident, insecure young lady or young girl. And when I stepped into my hairdressing apprenticeship when I was about 19, that really helped bring me out of my shell more. And then every day really on that whole journey since then has been about me stepping out of my comfort zone, finding courage to push through my fear so that I can build up my confidence in my words and what I have to say, and expressing and finding words to describe how I feel, which is not a real easy thing to do. I found my journal very helpful in helping bridge that gap between how I feel and what I want to say. So the journal and writing down has been like the bridge that's helped me understand how I feel without needing to speak up, sometimes, and all those years ago. So I'm just highlighting that to show you that, some people look at me sitting here and think, well, I don't know what they think because it's their own business, but I do get messages where people want to put me, say, on some type of pedestal, but I'm just the same as you. I'm just the same as everyone. I'm here doing my best in life. I may have taken or may have called my courage forward to step into this sort of role, but I'm still learning every single day and every single breath and every single word that I say. So I feel that we all can and are, if we're not denying or thinking that we're better than others. We're all equal. So are you ready and willing to step into your role as leader? Are you ready and willing to embrace that you are constantly learning and allow yourself to learn so that you can better yourself, so you can improve who you are based on your observations for you and not on other people's opinions or judgments of you? So how can you better improve yourself? How can you better yourself? By learning and leading and allowing yourself to step out, step forward, empower yourself, find courage to push through your fear, learn the lessons that you're here to learn. Observe how you react to things. Observe what's going on in your life. So lots of interesting things going on at this time. You are wiser than you probably realise. You might be stronger than you realise. You might be more of a leader than you realise. Other people may be observing you more than you realise as you teach them more about themselves and whatever you reflect in them. So interesting wisdom around for Monday, learning and leading. And that might be something quite literal for you. You might be stepping into, say, learning something new in a school sort of setting, or for you, you might be stepping into more of a formal teaching role. So it could be quite literal, quite physical for you as well. So I trust that makes sense for you for your Monday. If it's not Monday for you yet either, you can think of this as guidance in advance. Hi everyone, lovely to see you here. Christina says yes, yes, yes. Dawn says hello. Hi Dawn. Hi Carla, who says namaste and Merry Christmas. Lorraine says namaste. Thank you everyone. So I'm now looking for the best card for Tuesday the 19th of December, which I trust is the best card, is this. We've got a featured card. Oh, I love it. This is Bear or Medicine Pouch, and he has further instructions here which we're going to follow first before we read this card. It says Bear has additional insight. Trust your instincts. I love that. Trust your instincts. Fan the deck and pull a card. So I'm just going to fan the deck and just go with my first card I'm drawn to, which is this. So these both have come up for Tuesday, the 19th. So this is a featured card, which brings this extra card. This is a unique feature of this particular deck. So what I'm going to do is look at these cards separately, and then we're going to look at their relationship together. So we've got Medicine Pouch, card 54. This is a bear here that I've drawn, and this here represents the bear's medicine pouch. The keywords say resources, gather, knowledge, and collect. It talks about gathering resources, and in fact, if we're open to it, a bit like what I was sharing with the Monday's guidance, if we're open to it, we are collecting resources and tools and things that can help us in our life, things that can help improve us every single day. So there might be formal things that we might collect, like different healing tools. Like, for example, I'm really passionate about my self-healing and very dedicated to it, and I focus on it every single day to help better and improve myself and release things that are holding me back all the time. So I have certain resources like my smudge stick, like my singing bell, like these cards, that are specific tools and resources that I've gathered or that I've created to help me help myself. So we're always gaining and gathering things in our life if we're open to it. If we don't think that we're above the learning, you know, like we might know of, and perhaps even ourselves at times, if we reflect back honestly, we may have thought ourselves above the learning, that we were an expert at something, so we didn't allow ourselves to learn. Both of these cards that I've already talked about are trying to bring us back to a level of understanding and life and learning that is equal to all, without us putting ourselves somehow higher as a leader or a teacher or somehow some sort of guru or something on some type of pedestal. We must be careful that we don't do that, otherwise we're going to come tumbling down. Like I said just before, while we're here on this earth, I firmly feel that we are here to learn things. We are not immune, if you like, or have learned everything while we're here on this planet. It is a school. We are here to learn. So let's be careful we don't put ourselves above the learning or above gathering resources that can help us. So let's notice what's around that we've gathered in our life, the wisdoms that we've gained, the actual tools that we've gained or that we've collected that can help us today, but especially on Tuesday. So we've been collecting things, we've been collecting experience, we've been gathering tools to help us. Let's remember to get them out when we need them the most, which seems to be when we forget we have them, which is crazy. So if you're really struggling on Tuesday especially, remember your resources, the things you've learned in your life, the things that you've gone through, the things that you've succeeded with or come out the other side with, and remind yourself how strong you are at the very least, perhaps. So that's the bear, the resources that we've collected. This is card 5 called Sacred Haven. And the keywords say gratitude, connect, reflect, and stand still. So this card brings an element of stopping, of pausing, of counting our blessings and noticing what we're grateful for and what we appreciate within ourselves, in our relationships, and in our life. So we might have been running around like a headless chicken lately, or a headless chook, as we'd say in Australia. But Tuesday might be great to capture some moments if we can, especially if we've been really hectic and really pressured lately, to find moments that we can capture where we can count our blessings and just stop and catch our breath simply. So, you know, sometimes we feel our in-between times with thinking about what we've got to do next, or planning this, or stressing about that. Tuesday especially would be helpful for us to recognise those few minutes that we have at the traffic lights, or the few minutes we have waiting for something, the few minutes we have before we go and do something else, where we can actually stop, take some deep breaths, be grateful for what we have, or the people in our life, or just for simply being able to stop and breathe right now, and just really simplify things is the feeling that I have here too with this card. So lift up your arms, open up your heart, drop the pressure and the stress that you're under, even just for a minute or two, and allow yourself to fill up with gratitude and blessings and love. This is especially important if you've been noticing the problem, or focusing on the problems lately, or focusing on the glass half full, or who's not there for you, or who's not contacted you, or who's not stepping up to the plate for you. If you're noticing these types of things, then this will be especially important for you to listen to and follow if you're inspired to on Tuesday, so that you can start shifting your perspective around and looking at the glass half full, the things that are working, the people that are there for you. And just shifting a perspective can shift a lot. So let's look at these two cards together now, because they've come up together for a reason for Tuesday. And I feel a lot of the resources that we've gathered, that we've been collecting, are things to appreciate in our life at this time, especially on Tuesday, that we can actually collect and build and gather and build the momentum of gratitude or blessings, or the things that we notice that are working, and really build that as almost like filling us up, recharging us at this time. So if that speaks to you, I trust that's helpful for you and resonates with you for Tuesday, or for now. I mean, sometimes this kind of guidance is great advice just for life in itself, I find, when I connect back, because I share and create these resources, but I also use all of them. Everything I share is based on my experience and what works for me. So I can only share what works for me and present that to you, for you to work with and think about and play with and see if it works for you, or adapt it to suit a different way that works for you, or let it go if it doesn't. So thank you, everyone. Lorraine says, thank you, so true. Alicia says, so thankful for you, beautiful lady. Oh, thank you, Alicia. That's a beautiful thing to say. Namaste. Saskia says, wonderful. Love your insight. Thanks, Saskia. Lynette says, thanks. Great cards. Thanks, Lynette. And Michelle says, namaste. Thank you. Okay, I'm now looking for the best card for the theme for Monday and Tuesday. There's quite deep, thought-provoking energy that's around at this time, which might be why I'm also going a little bit deeper with the information that's coming through. A lot of us are exploring and looking inward and working out what our truth is, how we feel about things. So it brings about a lot of deep contemplation and reflection and looking inward, which I'm definitely in a space of doing, as you can probably feel and tell by this information. So the best card for the theme card I think of as bringing these days together and helping us see the bigger picture, is this. And we've got card 10, action taking. I am absolutely not surprised this card's come up, because all morning I've been talking about walking the talk, backing our words with actions, and to stop declaring or this is for me personally, not that I really do it that much, but I do like to just make sure and check in with myself, make sure I am continuing to be as aligned with my authenticity as possible. But, you know, backing up our words. But anyway, I'll talk more about that in a minute. This is card 10, action taking. It says to move on, the new horizon, move forward, and let go. So let go, what I was talking about at the very beginning. If you just not long joined in, we did some smudging, and I talked a bit about letting go and surrendering, which is very big right now. So I've already talked about that. If you missed it, just perhaps come back and watch the replay. This card specifically talks about allowing the sun to set on the old parts of our life and allowing the sun to rise on the new parts of our life now. That it's time to let the old go, to close the old door, and to say goodbye to the old. Sometimes when we do that, we do go through a grief period. Even though we know that we need to close this door, or we know that that time in our life is never going to be the same again, it does and can bring up some emotions of grief as we let go and we realise that things won't be the same again. So as we grieve that, as we let that go in those emotional levels, then we're allowing that old door to close. When the old door closes, it makes room in our life for new doors to open. Because if our life is clogged up with all these old doors that we're trying to prop open because we're scared of change, then the new doors aren't going to even reveal themselves to us. Or if they do reveal themselves, they're certainly not going to open. We need to make, or I've found through my self-healing experience, that I can only really speak on behalf of myself, that I need to let go of the clutter of my hold on things so that I can move further into the new and true that's calling me. Because sometimes I feel it so strong in my heart that it calls me. I can feel it. That new door is so close. There's change in the air. But if I'm so clogged up with the old stuff, it's just not going to reveal itself. So at this time, a lot of us are saying goodbye. We're grieving the old. We're letting go of things. We're letting go of people. We're letting go of the past stuff that hasn't worked for us or isn't working any longer. Maybe it used to, but maybe we've changed now. Maybe people involved have changed. So we need to be honest and real about that, I feel, so we can let those doors close and allow the new doors to open. So depending on what phase you're at with that, depends on how much that will make sense to you or how relevant that is. If you're still holding on to the past, I really encourage you to let go. If you're stepping into the new, just continue to let go of the old residual energy that you might be holding on to, or your fear of the unknown that's approaching, your fear of change, letting that stuff go so you can also fully step into the new that awaits. So there's a lot of action taking this card, which suggests that even though on Tuesday we might find time to stop and count our blessings, there is that stand still, pause kind of element at times. I feel Monday and Tuesday are going to be quite busy and quite active, quite proactive, quite productive perhaps. So let's work with that energy as we can, and if our body's cooperating with it as well. But also let's back up our words now with action. Let's stop just talking about things or thinking about things or making promises that we're not keeping. If we're not going to follow through with what we're saying or what we're thinking, let's stop thinking it. Let's stop saying it. Let's just say and invest our thoughts in what we are going to back up and what feels like we're going to support through action, so that we can make it happen. So if you continue to say that, what would be a good example here? Well, let's just bring this back to myself because it's a bit more relevant to my experience. Oh, okay. Nothing's really coming to mind right now. So I feel that, that's okay. We'll just continue from here. But it's important, I feel, to think about how and if we are backing up our words. Any word we say, let's pay attention to our thoughts and our words to make sure that we are backing them up and we're not just spouting stuff off for the sake of it. So that's the theme card for Monday and Tuesday. So thank you so much. Well, that's the cards. I am going to play the singing bell in just a moment if you want to hang around. The cards that I've used are my very own Speed of Light Oracle cards. These are cards I've created. There's 55 cards in this deck. If you are inspired to start working with them yourself, they're very easy to use. They come with a guidebook rather, and they're very much in line with the truth and the current energy. And extremely accurate. They're definitely my favourite deck. Though I am a little bit biased, but they are pretty amazing. So have a look on the website if you're inspired to learn more about them, or if you want to add them to your collection. We do ship them worldwide. Because they've been created independently, they're really only available on my website. There's the odd shop around Australia you might find them, but mainly on the website. So thank you. So I am, before I use the singing bell, I'm just about to, in the next couple of hours, I'm going to finish writing the current energy report for our Pillar of Light family. So keep an eye out for that shortly, guys, our family members. Also, this week I'll be catching up on those readings that I did last, the supportive services that I opened up last week. So if you're on that list I'm probably not going to get to a lot today now I think about it and look at my schedule for today, but I've got all day Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday to finish those. So I'll be connecting with you for your email readings, your audio guidance, healing guidance, or your intuitive healing over the next few days. So keep an eye out for that email from me. And my books are closed. They've all sold out now. So that might open again sometime. I don't know when I have time. But I really want to encourage you to find and seek guidance that you need for yourself. Find the guidance that you need. Be careful giving your power away to others, wanting them to read for you or answer your questions or offer solutions. How about you step into your power, take responsibility for how you feel, gather your tools and your resources like your oracle cards or other things, other tools that you are drawn to using, and find the guidance that you're looking for yourself and become your best guide, because it is possible. So be careful you're not giving your power away to others to constantly want readings and things. So if you want to learn more about the work that I do at Temple of Balance, please visit my website at templeofbalance.com.au. And if you're inspired to support my work, I have really cheap guided meditations and things on the website. Have a look if you're inspired to. So thank you everyone. I'm going to finish up with the singing bell now. Wow, it's starting to get really hot here. Now the sun's coming out properly. It's only about 8:30 in the morning. I'm going to use my singing bell. It's a Tibetan singing bell. I've taken the ringer out and I hold my bell this way. And because we smudged at the beginning to help us let go, I'm going to encourage us to use the singing bell to lift up now and bring the new energy in. So if there's something more pressing that you need to absorb from the bell, then trust your intuition. But I'm going to encourage and hold the intention to work with the bell to lift us up now, to raise our energy vibration, lift us up out of the negativity, out of the stress and the pressure and the lower energy we may have been playing around in, and lift ourselves up. So if you want to join me with that, then I encourage you to work with your breathing. Breathe the old air out, breathe the new air in and the sound of the bell, and allow it to lift your body up. You may want to lift up through your body, open up through your heart, feel your body lift up, straighten and strengthen through your spine. And allow your thoughts to lift up to a higher level as well, letting the negative thoughts go, the worry that you've been worrying about, and lift up into a feeling of freedom or love. Perhaps imagine yourself like a bird, like an eagle, flying up in through these clouds or up into the sky. So whatever works for you to help you lift up. At the very least, just listen to the sound of the bell. You cannot do anything wrong. So I'll just do this for a minute or two. Enjoy. I'm just finishing up now, so just take another last couple of deep breaths and see if you can hold this lightened, awakened, uplifted feeling. So now you may like to start to breathe it in, and as you breathe out, hold that feeling of rising up, of feeling uplifted. So hold that feeling now in your heart, in your mind, in your body. So it's important with things like this, when you've worked, even just for a few minutes, to uplift yourself, as it's finishing now, try not to think of it as something that you've left now behind. Now I've finished the bell, and now as I prepare to finish this video. Think of how you can carry this feeling with you now in your heart and your mind and your body, and take it with you into your life. How can you do that? How can you make it something that's tangible, something that's real for you, something that you can implement in your life? Yes, you might meet a wall at some point, maybe over the next few hours, where your energy drops again, maybe, if you've been in a stressful place. And if it does, you can recognize that. Stop, take some deep breaths, and remember that feeling that you felt just a few moments ago. And then take some deep breaths, lift yourself up again. Hold it in your heart for as long as you can, and then carry it back into your life. That's what makes meditation and these sorts of things really practical and real, that can help you in your actual life. I never saw the point of doing a meditation in a meditation circle or something, feeling great, and then going back home and yelling at everyone, or feeling aggro and angry and stressed out. It's like two separate entities. If you can carry that feeling and bring it into your life and start marrying it, I guess, or merging it into your life, that's where you're going to see a real difference. So thank you so much for connecting today. I really appreciate you being here. I'm going to read all of your comments when I get back on my computer in just a few moments. If you do want to learn more about my work, please visit templeofbalance.com.au. Have a wonderful couple of your day. I'll start again. Have a wonderful rest of your day and enjoy your next couple of days. I will do my best to be back on Wednesday. I know this is quite a stressful time for a lot of people, so I will definitely make an effort to be here most, every second day with the bell and at least the smudge stick. I don't feel stressed because my family and I haven't done Christmas for many years. I find it fake to me. It just feels... it just doesn't resonate with me. So we celebrate the solstice with a feast and gift giving. So that will be our Friday in our family. So I feel, we can choose how stressful we want things to be or not. So, and, if you do celebrate Christmas, this is no judgment towards you. This is just something that feels right for me. And my truth is that we just don't celebrate it. It doesn't resonate with me. So thank you, especially because we have summer at Christmas time. So none of the songs or the things around Christmas, like a Christmas tree covered in snow, makes sense here in the Southern Hemisphere. It just all feels a little bit unreal to me. So I'll be back again to share with you soon. Have a fantastic couple of days. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. Or connect with us privately if you'd prefer to connect more privately. I feel like you're never going to see the end of me, like I'm just keep prattling on today. So I will go. Thanks so much, and sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. Thank you.